When I tell you for the culture!
Today we're going to show you the difference between a heat transfer vinyl t-shirt and the process between screen printing and what the differences are and what will work better for you in the long run or what you prefer better. I do both in the business that I do, but it just depends on the job and what I do with the jobs. Sometimes screen printing is easier, sometimes the heat transfer vinyl is easier. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, the difference between heat transfer vinyl and screen printing. First, you need a heat press. That's the second step that I'm going to show you. And you need a vinyl plotter to go with the heat transfer vinyl. So basically it's like if you do die cut stickers, it's like a die cut sticker, but you can transfer it onto a shirt and it's whatever you prefer. I'm just showing you what I'm doing today. Today I am doing some shirts for business. We'll get the ones that are easier to cut out here. Some of these. Okay. After you cut it out on the plotter, there's a whole videos of showing you how to cut out on plotters and all that stuff. I'm not gonna go into detail, but you cut the image in mirror, so it's gonna be reversed when you cut it, and then you weed it out just like this. These are two smaller prints, and you could be real rough with it because this is a sticky backing, and the image is not gonna come out because it's sticky, and your plotter cuts around it. You just rip it right off, like I just did. Then you gotta peel out what you don't want in here. So you peel it out like so, and these are for the little pocket chest print. I just did it with this way with this client because it would be easy. It's easier, and it was cheaper for them because screen printing is durable and it's been around for centuries. Sometimes it costs a little more money to do because there's other steps involved. This is ready to be put on a t-shirt, but I'm just gonna cut it down the middle here because I put two the same logos on one sheet. So this is for two shirts, two different shirts, and that's what you do. And then we have another. This is for right here. I don't know if you can see that on me, but that's for right here. See, I already have a logo. That's heat transferred on there. This is a heat transfer vinyl shirt. This is different quality stuff actually it's the same brand. This was a cold peel, this was a hot peel. We'll get into that in a minute. But you want to get the two and just make a pile. That's what I've been doing. Just make them, and they stick together, but it's easy to come apart. They're not going to come apart. And then this is another small one. It's another small one. Okay, we'll show you the next step. And here's the bigger part for the back shirt. Here's the next step. You want to get your t-shirt. Forgot to grab the designs. But you want to get your t-shirt, and this is a medium. And then on t-shirts there's a center line, fold line, that wherever you bought your shirts from, you get them out of the box or however you get them in a bag or whatever, there's always a center line down the shirt. And you always that's what I've been doing with these because I've been doing these for 2 days straight now. This is the last day with these because I'm on the home stretch. I did 50 of these V-necks. So there's a center line down the shirt. Okay, you might have people say, you know, press. I've even done it where you want to pre-press it, but you want to put the design, line it up. I'll show you how to line it up real quick. Forgot to grab the back logo. Okay, we are back. I have the back logo. There's just some things on here that just need to be so when I was weeding it out, sometimes it gets stuck on the paper. You just want to peel them off. Peel it off. Sometimes this can be a pain, other times it can't be a pain. I'm just showing you sometimes what happens. Little fuzzy things. Well, this is a different brand than that other brand out because I ran out and I had to go get another brand. But it still will work. This one's is just stickier than the other. So you take the stuff that got stuck on. Okay. You always want to have a ruler involved in this situation. I've been doing this for a while. I can just eyeball it, but I'm going to show you. With a ruler. Okay, I know the center line is center. Okay. We know that's center. Automatically you know that center line is center. Or close to it. And you just want to make sure that looks straight on there. You know, sometimes there's a certain way that I was doing these ones. Sometimes you just gotta, you can go move it over like that, press it down with the ruler, and this is hot, just like an oven. Burned myself 4 times doing this. So, boom, it's good on there. Then you just press it. You can put a cover sheet over it if you want to, but I just been pressing them. And it works just fine because the back will get pressed, like will stay on the heater longer than the front of the shirt. So if there is a little malfunction where one of the things are popping off, you can press it again. That's happened to me before, and I leave it on there for 25 seconds. And the reason why my machine ticks like that is because it's hot. And it's at its right temperature, so there's no way of turning that ticking off. And I leave it on there for 25 seconds because that's what on the box, that's what it said to do, so I just always leave it at 25. Okay, that's on there. Then you want to flip it around and do the front of it. Okay, it's a medium, so you don't really have to know, you don't need a ruler to line it up because it really, the smaller the shirt, I've noticed, it's really easy to figure out what center. And there's always a center line down these. So, with the pocket print, you have your deals. And see, watch, they don't stick together when you cut them apart. The only time they stick is to this. So you can make a whole bunch and put them in a file folder. But you want this right here. And this is a V-neck, so I've been doing this a little bit different than the actual pocket. You always want the ruler. I'm showing you the ruler so you know, but I know right where it's at because I've been doing this for a while and I can eyeball it. But if you need a ruler, sometimes I still use a ruler, but you want to see if it's straight, see? And you want it 4 inches down. So I need to move it down 1 inch. So it needs to be right about there. Okay. The bottom of 4. My letter. The bottom of the last letter should be at 4. And it's at 4. And it looks pretty straight. So, boom. You just want to press it down. And I do medium pressure. Sometimes I do real hard pressure. But this one, I've been doing medium pressure because I've been doing the front twice. So I'll show you after this goes off. 25 seconds on both sides. But the back, I told you the back stays on there longer than 25. and then this falls off. Okay, and then you want to. I always do a second press on the front, and that's how you get that. You can sometimes play this off as screen printing if you do it twice, because it holds into the shirt better. So you take the bottom half of your shirt, instead of you don't need. You could even do this without a cover sheet. Boom. You throw the bottom half of your shirt over your design, and you press it twice, so you can eliminate the cover sheet, because sometimes the cover sheet is necessary, sometimes the cover sheet's not, or you're like me and you just lose it. So the next step that I'm going to show you is screen printing, and why I choose that over this sometimes. Okay, the difference, I just showed you how to do the heat transfer over here. Now this is the screen printing station over here. I built this by hand. It's a 4-color thing, but I made it so this side's for t-shirts. This other side over here, I don't know if you can see, but there's this thing over here that's made to screen print skateboards. And then when I move out of this place, on that other side, I'm gonna build another one of these. So that side, I'm gonna be starting to screen print stickers. That's a whole nother process. But what you need for the screen printing, other than the heat transfer, is you need a screen with a stencil design that you printed it off your computer on special paper to burn it into the screen, and that's a whole nother process. I don't have room in here, so I farm my screen burning out. It's really not that expensive. It's in the cost of the t-shirts and the screens, and I make my money back. But you need a screen, you need a screen printer to do your work, and that's me, or whoever you know how to do it. You need one of these, or they have a tabletop one with this one I made, like I said, but you can get a tabletop one that you can just throw on your tabletop, and it has this room for it. This has one board and one thing. You need a flash dryer right here. That's this thing right here, and it's basically like an oven. It gets up to 500 degrees, and I use plastisol inks. The difference between plastisol inks and water-based inks is plastisol inks, it needs to cure up to like 340 degrees to be cured on the shirt. It will never dry in the screen ever. So like if you're doing a job and you're done for the day, but you still have shirts to do for the next day, or you're done with the job and you just don't feel like breaking down, you don't have to break down right away, because the ink won't dry in the screen because it's not water-based. Water-based ink will air dry, and plastisol ink will need heat. It needs heat to dry. So you got your screen, you went and did your computer thing, got your design, got your screen made, or you learned how to do it yourself. You got a 1-press, or you got a 4-color station like I do. You need spray tack, and this is different than what I've been using. I just grabbed this because I was at the place, at the screen printing supply place, getting some equipment. Not equipment, just supplies that you need to do the screen printing thing. So I usually use this tack stuff right here. I usually buy this at the whatever it's called, the hobby store. But this is actual. I never used actual screen printing like stuff just till like up to this year. I've always just used like stuff to clean the screens. I've always used Goo Gone or Goof Off or Orange Cleaner. That cleans plastisol ink. But sometimes, you know, you buy the right stuff, it works out right. So you spray your board down. That's a and you just let it dry. So I'm gonna sit here and let it dry, and then we're gonna come back, and then I'm gonna show you how to put a shirt on. I'm gonna show you how to set the screen up. Well, I'm gonna set the screen up, put a shirt on, and we'll get rocking. It should be 4 inches from the collar.
Just a second, I gotta dry again.
Oh, that's actually straight. See? Well, it's not 4 inches, but it's about 5.5, 5. Whatever that line is right there. That's about right here.
Lift it up. It's right in there.
That's right about right there.
Yeah.
It's right about right here. Look.
5 inches. Hang on a minute. Right there.
This is black ink on white shirt. You don't. All you need to do is it one time. So basically, you just lay it down. There you go. I don't care what people say about 5 this, 5 that. I've done it 340 degrees one time because it's black on white. You touch it, it dries real quick. Here we go. That's pretty much. Don't hang on. This stuff is sticky. You want to pop it up like so. Take it off nice. And that's the front graphic. I'm gonna put a back graphic on here. But we're on there. Oh, you can't. We're in there like swimwear. So we got a couple more to do. We just got done doing the front graphic of the shirt, the little pocket print, and then we're gonna do the back print of the shirt. I got both designs printed on one screen. So I went outside, sprayed it down with some cleaner for Plastisol ink, and I cleaned it with the hose. You don't need to clean it with the hose because it's an on-screen press cleaner. I mean on-press cleaner. So basically the cleaner is that you can leave it on the press and clean it, but I just use it to clean the screens and I wash it. It works really well. I forget what it's called, what the brand is, but it works really well. Then I take my shop towels. You use whatever you want. I use shop towels just because I like the way they feel and it reminds me of a tattoo shop. Because in tattoo shops they always use the blue things. So I just clean it because it was soaking wet. So I just rub it down so it's not dripping wet like it was, and then I throw it underneath the flash dryer to dry the rest of the way, and then we'll set up, and then we'll get printing the back, and then you can be the judge on what you would like to do better and what you want to put your money into. screen printing, where it takes the ink and chemicals and it's a little bit messy, but in the long run the print is durable and it will last a lifetime. Or the heat press, where you can make the prints durable and last a very long time, but in the long run I have a feeling that they get a little like soggy looking. But screen printing has been around for ages. I don't know how long the other one's been around. I do both. I like both. I was against for a while to do the heat press, but I found materials that feel good like screen printing when you press them on the shirt. So I'm gonna let this dry underneath the flash dryer for a few minutes. We'll be back with the setup of the back print. And subscribe, like this video. And now I hope so I don't have to press down so hard. Where's the spoon? Might need to take that spoon and scrape some ink off of here.
Where do you put that in the ink?
Well, I need the spoon, the stick. I know I put it in the ink. You just held it. I was holding it for you because I'm wearing gloves. And you're not. I needed this on here. And then you let it dry. Here's the second process step of the screen printing on what I do. I hit it with a flash dryer because I have no room in here for a belt dryer. I turn my heat press on, take an old t-shirt. As you can tell, it's been burnt and I've been using it for just for this stuff, and you want to press it for 25 seconds. And then you know the ink is set in there for a lifetime, or for however long you own the shirt for. That design will never come out because it's screen printed on there, and it's plastisol ink, and I just like the way plastisol ink looks. It gives it that nice feel. Like on this shirt, this is plastisol ink, and it gives it a nice feel. And you pop it up, and now you know it's set in there. Even the front graphic, because you get 2 for 1. The front graphic is set and the back graphic is set, and it's supposed to be a little bit crooked on there. So you do this for how many shirts you do, and that's how I do the screen printing and the heat transfer.